is to look at each of and one of you, Rabbi, President, the representatives of the Serbian government, friends, Jewish community, Israelis, Serbs, and tell you that each generation and each year we, Jews, Israelis, are faced with new challenges. Think of what we had only in the last month in Israel. Weird things. Unexpected developments. Early to judge, but we are over those crises and we are stronger. And whenever such a challenge approaches us, we are proving to the whole world that we are really united. We, Israelis, we with our Jewish friends, brothers and sisters, everywhere they are, with our friends. We do have many friends here in this lovely country, Serbia. Serbia is a dear friend of the state of Israel. Not only government to government, but also people to people, heart to heart, history to history. The Rebbe just said that Chanukah is a victory of good against evil. That is an internal struggle of good against evil. Now translate of good and translate of evil in our narrative, in your narrative. It's endless. Our two nations went through so much agony and suffering. It's not a time to compare. But I'm thinking of the events that happened not only to Israel, but for Serbians. The things that happened with the relations with neighbors from south, neighbors from even more south, in the last year, in the last month. Things that made the Serbs very angry about injustice, about unfairness, about the struggle against evil. Things that we Jews went through. Chanukah, which coincides also with Christmas in the beginning of winter, is a family holiday. Lights, which are always a symbol for optimism, for new beginning, for family gathering, for happiness when the day outside is dark and it's cold, and now we have finally some snow. Chanukah is a time of thinking again of our special role in the world. We Jews, you Serbians. It's a time to show more optimism in our chance to overcome evil. What happened in the year 165 before Christ? The few Jews overcame the big Hellenic Empire. They had miracles. Well, we didn't have at that time neither the BBC or the CNN to broadcast it live, but according to our tradition, miracles did happen. And those miracles are a candle as a metaphor for the miracles which will come later to our very tortured nation, the Jewish people. So we do celebrate the victory of good against evil. And we do believe that good will, at the end of the day, overcome evil. We are surrounded by evil. Let me go back to the Israeli dimension. We are surrounded by the evil of the Hamas. We are surrounded by the evil of Hezbollah in the north. We are surrounded by the evil of the Iranians who are sponsoring them, by other enemies who want to annihilate us, as so many in the past, who did not want to annihilate the Jews, but they disappeared. Not we. Think of the history. What struggles we had in our history. We had hard to remember when it started. Since the first days of Abraham, who was the father of our nation, right? We had the Babylonians and the Akkadians and the Assyrians, Ashuri. And we had the old Egyptians, the pharaohs. And then you had the Byzantines, you had the Romans, you had the Greeks. All huge empires vanished. In years and generations to come, you had Nazi Germany. You had a bit less brutal regimes. We also tried to annihilate Jewish people. They vanished, they disappeared, they alternated, they were transformed to another form of existence. But we exist for the last 3,000 years, if not 4. 3,000 if you count King David. So the victory of the few Hebrews, the Jews in Judea, in the year 165, 164, it's about 2,150 years ago, more or less, is an example for us that a small size of nation doesn't say much. The size is not a guarantee for justice. If we believe in what we are, if we believe that we have a right to exist free from occupation, free from being enslaved for others, free from fears, sometimes the fear which are inside of us, then we have all the chances to survive. So I would like to thank the Rabbi for his invitation and for his very kind event and very generous event. I would like to wish each and every of you Merry Chanukah, a Happy Chanukah, Chanukah of solidarity. I agree with everything you said. And Happy Chanukah, happiness for your families, happiness to the people of Israel, happiness for the people of Serbia. Chag Sameach.